G'day reefers, I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. You probably have already heard about the Reef Factory reef flares. These lights have been getting a lot of hype lately and we want to see exactly what they're like. So we're going to set up two of the Reef Factory reef flares on the display tank at Gallery Aquatica Salisbury and we're going to see if they live up to the hype. So today we have two of the Reef Factory reef flares large. Now we've gone for the blue. You have the option of blue or the full spectrum, and the difference is in the makeup of the different colored diodes and the amount of watts and the number of diodes associated with the blue and the full spectrum. Now they come in three sizes, small, medium, and these are the large. Now we also have the Reef Factory reef flare mounting arms. And today we're going to show you what they look like when you open up the box, and then we're going to attach them to our tank using the mounting arms, and we're going to program the lights for our Salisbury display tank. So as you can see, we have the light unit. The large comes with the two fans on the top and three clusters of diodes underneath. We've got the power supply. We've also got a little magnet, almost lost that you get with a lot of the Reef Factory things to reset the devices. We've got the power cord, and we've also got the quick start guide. Now I'm going to keep this aside, make sure I don't lose it, because often with the Reef Factory equipment you need to scan them to bring up the manual or to add them to your Reef Factory app. So let's have a look at the mounting arm that we're going to use for our large reef flare. So that is the mount. Not sure which way it goes. We'll work that out soon, hopefully. These are going to be the parts that will attach it to the tank. So we'll open up the second light and the second arm, and then we'll start the process of mounting it on our tank. So the large reef flare takes two of the mounting arms, a left and a right. So we'll show you how you put together the base of the mounting arms, the part that attaches to the aquarium, and you get two of these pieces, and they're going to go on the long part of the mount. We're going to put in two of the screws, these ones here, from the back onto each one of these. So let's do that. Now you get all of the equipment required to put this together. Now I'm going to have them right, these little brackets right at the top, or which is actually the bottom, so that it's easy for us to work out how each light is going to sit. And just use this Allen key to get it in position. So we also have these little caps that are going to sit in place here. So when we tighten the plastic screws onto the glass of the tank, it's going to spread out the weight a little bit, but we'll put those on when we're attaching the mount to the tank. So now this is actually the second one that we've put on, because here is the first. So now we're going to attach. So we're going to use these pieces. And you can see at the base of the fan, you've got these 2 points that we're going to screw into. We put this plastic bit on first, that sits like so. And then we go in with our screws, line it up. And we'll use a second Allen key to tighten. Okay. Fair to say I over-tightened this one. So I'm keeping these a little bit loose so that I can somewhat adjust them when they're in position. And okay, I think it's important to have the acrylic hard up against the screw in this position so that the light sits flat. All right, so now we should be right to mount this on the tank. Just tighten up these a little bit. So this is probably something you should do with 2 people, one person to hold the light in place, the other person to ensure that it is properly bracketed onto the side of the tank. I'm going to try and do this by myself. So we've got a little bits that are going to go under those plastic screws. I'm going to put them on my mouth, so it might be difficult to talk from here on in. Put them here, that's a brilliant idea. Okay. So, I reckon I want to go as hard up against this outlet nozzle as I can. Okay. At some point, I'll get a flathead screwdriver and tighten these up. All right, so I've just taken this opportunity to adjust the mounts. They do have movement both ways, the light on the mount, and so I just want to make sure that the mounts are lined up, and they're pretty close to that, and the light itself is straight down the line, down the middle. We've got the light slightly to the rear of center, which is how I typically like to mount lights like this. It gives you less lighting, less light on the front of the tank, less algae, and more over the reef, where in this tank it certainly is to the rear of the tank. And I'm just going to tighten up with my Phillips head the screws down here. Okay, so we now have the first of our 2 reef flares on the Salisbury Reef. Before we set the other one up, I think what we'll do is we'll turn this one on and we'll see how it looks. It's time to turn it on. And there we go. It's so far looking pretty good. I'll be very interested to see exactly how it looks when we run through different parts of the program. We'll see how it looks under the blue when it's in full spectrum, and we'll set a schedule to it. But we'll do all of this in part 2 in the next episode on Salisbury Reef, installing the reef flares. The light mount options for LEDs for your reef aquarium are really important, and there are different ways that suit different tanks. Certainly with a rimless tank like this Waterbox LX, the idea of having a mounting system that comes off the back is a really good idea. I often like to mount lights suspended from the ceiling, and that works in a lot of situations, but we really can't do that in this case here. So having the option like this, nice and secure with the twin mount arms for the large, is really good and exactly what I think this tank needs. But that's it for today's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing. That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!